Look into the camera. Pretend like I'm not here. Okay, go.
Exactly
Read the prompter.
Right.
I have cataracts. I can't even see that far. I still.
You don't anymore, right? Aren't they technically taken care of now that you've had that surgery? It's done. They're gone.
They're good.
That's awesome. Modern technology. Anyways, you guys were not Christians, and you lived a life that came with your upbringings and your dysfunctional childhoods that carried into your attempt at raising two young kids and trying to survive.
Is this going?
It's going.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for me, it wasn't going well.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it wasn't going well. It was hard, and I was searching for the point of it all. And so a lady had come to my door and was giving Bible studies for Jehovah's Witnesses. And you remember Henrietta? He had nothing to do with it. He was never there when she was there. She would come over during the day when I was home, and we would have a Bible study, and it just started steering me in the God direction. And I didn't end up going the direction that she was in, because studying the Bible myself made me realize that there were some big flaws in what she was teaching me that didn't seem to go with the Bible. So, but right around that time, some people handed out a flyer for another Bible study. It was outside the grocery store. When I walked in the grocery store, they were standing out there. They handed out a flyer. They're handing out flyers to everybody. And I took one, and I called them. And lo and behold, I was the only person that called them from all the flyers that they handed out.
That's pretty significant.
And so I started having a Bible study with them. It was a totally different church. And long story short, that church ended up not being right either. But I was in it for 10 years. And
Was that the one that we grew up in then?
right,
Yeah.
United Pentecostal Church. Yep, started going to the United Pentecostal Church. That's the church that they were.
What was the little
involved in.
one that we used to go to, and we before that met in like a building in a shop?
Well, it was always the United Pentecostal Church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to chat with you after about a
Yeah.
random memory that I'm having.
Okay.
Where did I trip and dislocate my arm at a church, going into church one day? Didn't
Well, I
I?
want to say that was Pastor Blodgett's church, and you were a little older. That
see,
was-
See, my memory is really different on that.
But I could be wrong too.
Mhm.
I could be wrong too. Yeah, because you also have the experience of your elbow, and that was with a babysitter at home when you were little. So anyway, so that's but just turning, making that U-turn, going in a particular direction in life, and then realizing that there is a God who loves me and has a plan for my life, and wanting to pursue God and pursue Him through the Bible and through obedience, to Him, and
Personal relationship.
a relationship with Him, and then accept
Believing and trusting and
realizing
having, a direction.
yeah,
And just
that He sent His Son to die
sound
for me,
mind.
for all of us. And
Instead of just chasing our tails like we were trying to get through life. You don't have to do that. We did have you guys young, and we had nothing, and here we are. We're still alive, and you're well. We're all good. He got us all through it.
got us through it.
And
He did it in blessing us along the way, and we don't get to have the full picture until we see it behind us. And I'm thankful for that too. I'm thankful that I can look back, because in the middle of it, it can still seem pretty rough, as you know. But always
But not as rough.
having provision, never going hungry, never being homeless, having our daily bread. Give us this day our daily bread, and it was there, and He was there, and we could. I came to the Lord 10 years before your dad, as you know, so that had its own issues, its own struggles, and then the Lord got a hold of him, and then we had struggles after that. But here we are, like you said, here we are, and I am super thankful. And I would, if there's anything on this video that would mean the most to me, and I'll tear up. It's just that I want to share Jesus, and let everybody know that he can
carry us.
He can carry us.
When we can't carry
He
ourselves.
can fix what's broken.
Yep. We have hope, and the hope is real, and it's proven itself. And that kind of, what do you call it? What would you call it? I mean, when you just see that tragedy and problem one after another, that he's in it, and you're watching him work, how it works through it for you, and how the outcome of things that we feel are so horrible in our flesh because we don't understand completely, but when we completely give it to him, everything he does is good and beautiful. And the repetition of going through life like that, you start getting that confidence in him more and more and more, and you just know that he's there. And to me, that part of knowing who Jesus Christ is and what he does in our lives is just, that alone is worth it. Just that knowing that there's somebody that's, I'm nothing and he's everything. And sometimes, a lot of times, we all find ourselves trying to do everything on our own, and we get backed into corners, when we should have just stopped out there and said, hey, do I even need to go into that corner? Or maybe I'll just keep walking. But yeah, keeps our paths safe, keeps our minds sound, and we have a hope. We know that this isn't all there is, and it goes so quick. And yeah, it's tough on the flesh, but as long as that spirit inside has that relationship with Jesus, where he's like, I'll let you go for a couple months, but I got you. You're doing good. It's like a dad, watching his kid grow, and he'll go and grab the hand when it needs to be grabbed. Hey, you don't want to walk there. You're going down the wrong road, or whatever. That's my Jesus, and I have that, and I have that, I don't know, communication with him, that relationship. And that's the most important thing in my life. And, see, now I'm starting to get a little excited.
Right.
Before we're talking, where were you born? Who are your brothers and sisters? But now I'm starting, it just lights me up talking about God and how good he is, and what he has done for Lynne and I both, and our children, and our children's children. And watching what God does is priceless.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
And it hasn't. I know that you, Casey, want the good, the bad, and the ugly. And a testimony can seem like it's not telling enough, but it's the truth, because the Spirit of God in us speaks that truth, which covers the sins. It covers, he talked about a sound mind. There have been many times since I have come to the Lord that I have not felt like I had a sound mind, that I was out of my mind. I've been out of my mind many times, even as a believer. But Jesus, like he said, he carries us, he steers us. We don't know it, we don't realize it in the moment that, wow, you got me through that. You taught me through that. And every day is now a gift. I'm blown away that your dad and I are this age, that
57.
And every day is a gift. Like every day now is like icing on the cake. It's like, oh wow, okay, we'll get it. Because it is. It's like to live is Christ, to die is gain. We've got nothing to lose now, and if we can pass any of that on, or I know it's your heart and my heart. So thank you, for even this little video that we can share Jesus with you and have it preserved. Maybe, who knows? Maybe the kids will listen to it. Maybe our great-grandchildren will listen to it and know that Jesus is for them too. I don't know where the world's going to be then.
Yeah.
It's a crazy place. And
maybe in 200 years, the kids will just pull up their hologram and they'll be watching this going, they said Jesus. Look, our great-great-grandparents.
Or we'll all be gone.
Look at how
Who
their
knows?
composure, and once they start talking about the Lord, look how everything changed. Look how He changed their life and gave them hope and promises and life eternal and everlasting life in heaven. But you just have to believe.
Yeah.
You have to believe He's God and He does everything. He doesn't need us.
And in this world we will have trouble, and we all have, and we all know it. And He's protected us. He has protected us from so much harm that we could have done to ourselves.
Yeah.
We're still married. That, as you know, is miraculous.
It's day to day, again, like we were saying. We live day to day.
Today we're married.
Everything's day to day, because you never know what tomorrow holds. So we just do it one day at a time, because there are trials and joys in every day.
But I will say I'm very glad to still be married to your dad.
How many years is it this year?
400.
Your years are getting really...
39.
Well, it's 38.
38, yeah.
Next March.
You guys are so cute.
Next March 9th, it'll be 39. And it is a blessing, to say the least, to have a lifelong companion, somebody to I'm not alone.
So cute. Dad lights up at this part too. I see it.
I was thinking, remember we were out with Dean and Kathy watching Paul play his band in Ventura?
Yeah.
And neither one of us even knew it was our anniversary.
Right.
How did we find out? What was the
Because I was talking to Paul's girlfriend, and she was asking me questions about us, and she happened to ask, how long have you been married? And I had to think about it, and that's when I realized, well, today it's 38 years, and I didn't even know it. So.
I love that, though, because you guys are simpletons, but I think there's something to be said for, it doesn't have to be all about the bells and whistles to make things, it's not what makes things work, it's just commitment and honor and perseverance, endurance, and I like that. I think people put a lot of, what is it that I'm trying to say? And what I see in people my age is they have such high expectations of everything, which leads to so much more disappointment. Yeah. So being able to just laugh that you forgot an anniversary and not get mad at each other about it now, and not need anything super extravagant to celebrate it, and just being grateful that you're married and that's enough. I think
we've had the anniversaries though, and I've been upset. Yeah. Because I had an expectation.
Right.
We're older. Things, our perspective has changed.
But I want that older perspective for those of us in a younger place. I would love for people
to have it sooner too. I don't know if it's possible, but I would love for people to have it sooner. To know that you are spinning your wheels. You are just spinning your wheels and exhausting yourself and wasting so much time with expectations.
It goes so quick. You can look back and you can just go, why did I care about this or that or this and that? And this is all that was really important. Yeah.
It's like Dad says. He always said that I'm nothing, he's everything. And it's not an arrogant statement. It's not a prideful statement in him. It's a real statement. It's really his truth that he lives by. Not to sound all, like I'm such a humble, godly person. It's who he is, and I love that about him as well. I love his simple faith. I wish more people could experience it. I want to experience it. So now I find myself, like, he's an example. And as you know, with your growing up, he was not that for a long time, not in my eyes. And I didn't do a really good job of helping him to shine to our children. And if God can redeem that somewhat in our later years, that would be awesome. Because I think that, there's that saying, the best thing that you can do for your children is to love your husband or wife. And we didn't have that, and you didn't see that. And now I hope that you'll get to see a little of that.
Well, and also on that note, I think that's just as important, that we didn't see a lot of that. And a lot of people don't. A lot of kids don't, because the young years are hard years. Raising kids is hard. Having very little income to raise a family is hard. Stretching a dollar for everything is hard. And then having a person that has faith for 10 years without the other one, just all the challenges of it, it's hard. But then that you're where you are now, that you persevered through all that, where so many would give up and not see the point anymore, and it would run out of hope. You guys persevered even through the worst of it all, and now you get to be a redemption story, because that's what people need to hold out hope for, because it's not over. I think,
and always run to Jesus.
Right.
It's
Not a way.
We always have a choice in that as well. When things get hard, not only do we want to run away from our marriage, or run away from our job, or run away from whatever it is that's hurting us, we want to run away from God.
Loneliness, whatever.
But we run
Anything.
to Him. Don't ever lose faith in God. He is always there.
What a comforter.
He will always,
Protector.
always listen when you call on Him. And you just, we've gotten to see it in hindsight. So
right.
I didn't see it at the time. Many a time when we were having a big struggle, and I'm on my knees calling out to God and feeling like He's not with me, He's not answering. And He was. I was just having too much of a tantrum, as you know, as a mama of Bruin, our sweet, adorable Bruin, who can have his moments of being so upset that he can't hear his mommy or his daddy's voice saying, "We're right here, it's okay." And I was having many of those tantrums, and I couldn't hear my Heavenly Father's voice saying, "I'm right here, it's okay, I've got you."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But He was. And then I had a husband who also,
Tears on video are sweet. It's okay. Shed a tear. You'll make me cry.
All I can say is the worst mistake I probably made in my whole life was how long I was mad at God. For my mom being schizophrenic and walking around with a Bible all the time and writing scriptures and repeating them all night in the middle of the night. That upset me and made me mad with them. And then
it's hard.
it's kind of done a complete opposite flip now. I get it.
And that in itself is really cool, because, and that's what's so important and so cool. You guys have, it's your story, it's your testimony. You were mad at God for a valid reason, and yet He still won your heart. He still captured your heart.
He didn't give up on me.
Right, He does not give up. And you had
He's
your...
forgiven me for it, and now we talk regularly.
Conversations with God, coffee with God. But yeah, you guys both, what I was saying in the video before I started it is that you guys are overcomers, and because of Jesus. And with Jesus in you, you guys are incredible overcomers and have just, gotten through so much. And I don't even know the full of it, but I know a lot of it. And that is inspiring to me, that I have parents that never gave up on each other, that never gave up on parenting, sticking it out as moms and dads with 4 kids all over the ages and everything going on, and everything just yeah, you guys have overcome a lot, and through Christ you've been conquerors. And that's such a great legacy to pass that on to me and my family and my marriage and my kids. And yeah, I think of that tree, like I told you, that image of a tree. You have grown a legacy tree that we get to come and sit under and feel safe because you guys fought the good fight of faith. And so we get to come up under this tree as that you have worked so hard to grow through
And
obedience.
there may have been relatives in our
Right.
past that actually started growing the tree. I think I had Christian people in my past. Not my parents, but I have an aunt who loves the Lord, and who knows if I didn't have great grandparents that loved the Lord, that were on their knees for their future generations, and we're also partaking of that. So we just go in faith. We go in faith, trusting that God hears our prayers and that He is going to be good, like Dad says, that we can trust His goodness. So, yeah.
Well, you guys are amazing. I love you. Thank you for.
Thank
I think
you.
this has actually been. You probably are missing your
We love
flight
you,
home
Case.
right now. It's been probably like 4 hours of video.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding, but I don't know what time it is.
We're missing
They're
our
leaving
flight
for
now as
California today, and we decided to do a little video snippet. Maybe the next time you come, we'll do a part 2 because there's so many other things to ask. But
Yeah,
this
and
was a
today
great
is
start.
August 3rd,
2019. Yep.
Yeah, and
Yep.
we've had a wonderful time at this lovely home of Martinez
Got
family.
2 bass.
He caught 2 bass
Oh,
this
yeah.
time. That was amazing.
Went out on the boat, we went to the beach, went into the Atlantic Ocean, saw my first sunrise on the east coast, Atlantic waters. What else we do? Went for some nice walks.
Ate a lot of food.
We had some good food. Had our traditional sushi yesterday. Yum yum.
And it's almost hamburger time.
And we gotta leave in 2 hours, so time to go.
Okay, love you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.